How you doing? This is Melvin Brown. Welcome back to the Melvin Brown Experience. Today is not going to be a topic, but today is going to be another story time. So, I'm at this club and I meet this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. She wearing all these type of crystals and bracelet, and oh my God, this woman is so beautiful, man. She a whole stallion. So me and her started talking and everything. And I started asking her questions about bracelets and everything. And she's like, yeah, this is for this and this for that. See, if you know me, I like to fuck with people in the outside world to see what they know about the crystals and everything, gemstones. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I say, yo, you got an Instagram? She said, sure. Very friendly and everything. So I got her Instagram. She got my Instagram. Then out of nowhere, she was very interested immediately. Like, oh, you do spiritual work? I said, yes, I do spiritual work. She said, okay, cool. Do you have time tomorrow? I said, yes, I'll be free tomorrow. Okay, what is a good time for you? I said, a good time for me is probably 3 o'clock. What is a good time? She said, okay, that's cool with me. So me and her is having a conversation the next day. And I said, okay, so what do you want? She want more clientels. She want a loyal clientele and a loyal following. I said, okay, cool. What else do you want? She said she wanted love, lust, you name it. I said, okay, cool. So I got inspired. I said, how about this? I'll work on your finances, but with the lust spell, I'm going to give you a beauty, lust, love spell. And whatever happens, happens. Okay. So I told her, mail me a possession of yours. She said, okay, cool. So she mailed me a possession of hers. The next day air, I let her know, okay, look, I'm going to start the ritual. Here's the side effects. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. That's going to happen and everything. She said, oh, yeah, Melvin, by the way, can I get an oil? I said, sure, you can get an oil. So all of a sudden, I melt her oil and everything. I did the ritual. So probably 3 weeks later, I get a phone call. Melvin, I don't know what you put in this oil, but it's working, but I don't like it. I said, what's going on? Melvin, I met the most handsomest guy. He was so much of a gentleman and everything. I gave him my number. Then all of a sudden, he's texting me freaky stuff. And that turned me off instantly. I said, okay, cool. Okay, if that didn't work, more other people will come. So all of a sudden, her money is looking good. She got the oil. She glowing. She got this glow for herself. So all of a sudden, let's just say a lot of guys just find her interested in everything. But here's the problem. Every guy that wanted to be with her, they was either broke or just weird as fuck. So she didn't pay it no mind. Now, when this love spell start to manifest, a lot of exes start to come back in the picture. Exes that she didn't want nothing to do with. Exes that she gets disturbed if you even mention their name. Feel disgusted. So they start calling her like, yo, you know I messed up and everything, and I can't stop thinking about you. Can you give me another chance? She said, hell no. She gave them one more closure why everything didn't work out and kept it moving. But here's the catch. The guys kept on chasing her. Literally coming to her job, trying to talk to her, trying to reconcile with her, but she was not interested. Turn out, she calls me one day out the blue. Hey, Melvin, how are you? I'm like, I'm doing good. Melvin, can I talk to you for a minute? I said, what's up? Melvin, can we do a reconciliation for my ex? And I said, okay. I want to hear the story. What's the situation? So basically, it was the guy of her dreams that she truly wanted. But here's the catch. He got an on and off again relationship. And you know, when two adults are in a very intensive entanglement, it can get complicated. Some people agree with it, like, okay, cool, that's right. As long as you get to come over and chill with me, that's fine. Some other people be like, you know what? I want you. But she came up with a conclusion to ask me for help. I said, okay, I got you. She's like, okay. So I do the ritual and everything. So this ritual was very powerful and very potent. So potent that this shit normally take about 14 days to burn. But it took an extra day for it to burn out. That's how powerful it was. So I'm thinking everything is going to go smooth. So months go down the line. All of a sudden, she calls me. And she's like, Melvin, I'm in my feelings. And I said, why are you in your feelings, my love? She said, Melvin, I can't stop thinking about my ex. And I said, baby girl, that's what happens. That's what really happens. She said, is it normal? I said, yes, you're going to feel that pretty intense. And I can't tell you when it can stop. It can stop in weeks, months, but hopefully let's just give it weeks. She said, okay, what do I do? I said, in the meantime, do you have fun, live life. Now, if you're a client and you're face to face with me, I am very, very, very strict. If you on the phone with me, I lollygag, I play around, I talk shit, I'm jolly as fuck. But this situation was pretty serious, and I want to leave off a good impression. So she started doing her, having fun, becoming a savage. When your estrogen's high, you going to get involved with some shit. So she doing her, having fun, living life. But here's the catch. As she was doing her, having fun, living life, the ex would come back, and then he would fade away again. He would come back, and then he would fade away again. And she called me and asked me for advice, like, Melvin, what should I do? Should I wait for him? I said, no, fuck that. If he keep on playing them games, you play that game too. Here's the good news. You are a beautiful woman. He is not a handsome man. So you do what the fuck you want to do. Explore your options. Live your life. She started living her life again. And due to the respect of this woman, because I like this woman, I'm not going to tell her business out there what the hell she was doing. Just know she was living her life. She is a single woman. So I haven't talked to her for a few weeks or almost a month and a half. So I went over about my life. So one day, me and her was talking on the phone. She said, Melvin, what are you doing? I said, I'm not doing nothing. She said, hey, come downtown. Let's get some brunch. I said, sure, I'll be there in a minute. So me and her having a whole conversation. And one thing when you do sex magic on people, they just become savages. And she just letting it all out, airing out all these niggas that she used to be with. And I'm like, yeah, Melvin, this guy, he was a good guy, but he just wasn't my type. I said, let me see a picture of him. Bro, he a handsome dude. What are you talking about? His dick little. All right, what's going on? It's like all these dudes, like they dick little, they dick big, it don't work. What's going on? I said, I do not fucking know. Maybe your ancestors don't want you to go through what I had planned going on for you. Maybe they want you to sit back and marinate on your feelings, and then your blessings come. So we laughing, have a few drinks, going about our life. So all of a sudden, another months go by. It's like 2025 now. All I know is she looking real good on the DM. She looking good on Instagram. Man, she on the beach, looking like a snack, looking mad yummy. So I'm like, yes, Stella got her groove back. I'm happy for this. She on the beach with her cleavage out, her hair down, looking all good. And I'm like, yo, I'm leaving like comments like, yeah, I see you. So I knew she responded real quick to my message. And she said, Melvin, what you doing later on? I said, nothing. I knew for a fact it was going to be some bullshit. I knew it was going to be some super crazy bullshit. Because when a woman on vacation, living her best life, living her life like it's golden, she ain't responding to nobody. But when she responded to me, oh, it was some bullshit. So she said, Melvin, have your phone next to you. I'm going to call you later on. And I said, all right, cool. So at 2:00 in the morning, this woman calls me on FaceTime audio since she was overseas. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? You looking good? She said, Melvin, I'm here with a friend. I said, all right, go in the room with him. Have fun. Like, what the fuck you call me for? Melvin, he is nowhere near my type. I said, what the fuck you mean? Melvin, he is 69 years old. And I said, bitch, say what? Yeah, I'm like, well, fuck it. He paid for your ticket, right? Yeah. He wanted and dined you, right? She said, yeah. I said, fuck it. Give him a fucking hand job. I don't give a fuck. Do something. She said, Melvin, his dick don't work. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you want to do. She said, Melvin, I'm just laying on the couch. I've been on the couch this whole weekend. I'm like, the whole weekend you been sitting on the couch? You didn't lay in the bed with him? Say, no, he want me to lay in the bed with him. I said, lay in the fucking bed with him. You say you wanted money, you wanted sugar daddies, you wanted this. Just do something. She's like, Melvin, listen, I got morals. I'm like, bro, you accepted a trip. He already know he want a tip and he a trick. So do what you want to do. She said, Melvin, no, I can't do it. I said, what you want to do then? She said, Melvin, he smells funny. I'm like, smells funny? I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? Do what you gotta do. She said, Melvin, when I get back home, we'll meet up at the restaurant and we'll talk about it. I said, all right, cool. So that next week, she calls me. Melvin, can we meet up? I said, all right, sure, I'll be there. So we meet up, we laughing, we talking, and then she gets straight to the business. Melvin, all he wanted to do was fuck. He was trying to touch me the whole time. I was so disgusted by him. I started talking to other people and everything. I said, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Like, bro, that nigga paid top tier dollar and you gonna disrespect him and everything. I said, yo, you gotta be cautious. She said, Melvin, I let him know what it was from the beginning. I known this man for about 8 years. I let him know what it was. I told him we are friends. That's about it. I said, well, that's his loss. So I said, look, in the meantime, just live your life, do you, and have fun. So let's fast forward probably 2 months later. So I'm having this big ass birthday party. She brought me a birthday cake for my birthday. And I'm very, very, very appreciative of that because I ain't have a birthday cake in a long time. The only cake I've been having is somebody else, and I ain't gonna get in details. But look, so me and her being cool and everything, but as the months pass, the ritual is getting more aggressive by the fucking month. So when you do a ritual like that, you have to put protection on them, whether they like it or not. Because you gotta understand, when you ask for a lust, love, beauty magic ritual and attract sugar daddies, what's gonna happen is it can equal to a chaotic situation. So protection is the king. So basically, she goes down to another island for vacation with her sister, her daughter that looked just like her, etc. So I ain't heard nothing from her, but I knew she was going on vacation because she posted pictures of her luggage. So all of a sudden, she posting pictures of where she at and everything. It looked like it was like a little party and everything, like a little club. So I DM'd her and I said, oh, fuck you at? She told me where the fuck she was at. So I started talking my little shit. And I'm like, God damn, girl, what you got cooking over there? It smells real good. And I said, yo, send me a picture. She was like, fuck no. I'm like, fuck it. Fuck no. Excuse me? She said, Melvin, fuck no. I said, okay, cool. I'm thinking she drinking and everything. So all of a sudden, I text her some more. And I said, yo, you good? What's going on? Like, you said, fuck no, what the fuck is going on? Melvin, I'm having the worst experience on my trip. I'm like, what are you talking about? The worst experience? You with your family. Melvin, I talk about when I see you. Bro, she was so fucking pissed off that she sent me a voice memo. And her voice memo was so militant and so serious that I never heard of before. Because remember when we talked, we always jolly. So I knew it was serious. So the next day, I text her, what are you doing? Nothing. Can I come see you? Sure. I said, all right, look, check this out. We're going to meet up here. She said, all right, cool. So when I see her, she looking mad as shit, bro. Like, she looking good as fuck, but she looking mad as shit. This trip really tripped her the fuck out. So I'm like, baby girl, what's going on? She said, Melvin, did you do anything? I said, fuck no, I ain't do nothing. She said, Melvin, it's getting weird. I'm like, what you talking about? It's getting weird. She said, Melvin, like, I'm on a plane. The guy is talking to me very inappropriate. I said, okay, cool. What happened at the resort? Melvin, they was guys that wanted my attention, but they was a little bit too inappropriate, and they was really making me uncomfortable. And what made it so worse, my daughter looked just like me, and the same guy I rejected Scott ruled with my daughter because he was thinking that was me. And I said, oh shit. So I had to reaffirm her, like, baby girl, I would never do nothing crazy like that for you. All I wanted you to do, like one day about my magic, I want us to all have fun, party, and live our lives. This shit right here, I'm going to cut it off. She said, okay, cool. I said, but listen, when I cut it off, I'm going to have to redo everything because maybe I put a little bit too much oomph in there. She said, okay, cool. So I gave her a hug, gave her a kiss on the forehead, and I said, don't worry about it. I'm here to protect you, girl. I got your back. But what I realized as a magician, when you're well seasoned, you can't do the same patterns that you do for everybody else because everybody not going to be able to take that type of manifestations. So that's what I had to do. This is Melvin Brown. This is the Melvin Brown Experience. I hope you enjoyed this story. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. I am out. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yo, email me and DM me. I'm out.